Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. You know, Joe Biden has been in a rut. Nothing's really gone well throughout his entire administration. He's been trying to have a bounce back moment. And I mean, he's had so many opportunities to capitalize, but every single time he manages to screw it up. Every single time. Without question, without fail. You know, with this tragic Maui situation, he finally had an opportunity in front of him to do something, you know, to seem active and present, to turn his public image around. And instead, what did he do? Well, you know, we've covered all of it. He failed spectacularly. It's another one of those moments. Another moment squandered by this absolute clown occupying the White House. He continues to go down and stay down. Well, it seems the exact opposite is happening on the other side. Although, on this video, I don't want to focus on the other side. I want to keep focusing on Joe, as it seems the more this White House fails in their response, the more opportunities they squander, the more people continue to wake up. We got another moment with a Maui resident being interviewed on the scene, willing to say the truth on camera, absolutely slamming Joe Biden and his pathetic, non-existent response to the Maui inferno. Let me show you guys what's going on, and then I want to get into some other relevant topics. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks. I mean, the sentiment on the ground seems to be pretty clear, and I'm going to continue to reiterate, this is in a Democrat stronghold. The entire island of Hawaii is a Democrat playground.
Today, I haven't had any money come in. I haven't had anybody call me back. I didn't have anything. I have no idea. I lost my house. I lost my car. I lost my animals. I mean, come on, man. We're not getting anything. Till today, I still didn't get my meds. I cannot get my meds yet. My medicine was all burnt in my house. My rent money was all burnt in my house. I have no money anymore. I think Joe Biden should take his $700 and get back on the plane and go home. That's what I think. Because $700 compared to all the millions he's giving to Ukraine, why? We need it. That's why we don't understand why. We're citizens and we cannot get money. But if they're not citizens, they get gazillions of dollars from the USA. Where's our government? Fix your house before you fix somebody else's house.
Is this how, like, your community, other Hawaiians you know, locals, indigenous people, is that how they feel, pretty much how you feel?
Everybody feels that way. Come on. That's why the local people stick together and we help our own people, because we know the outside people are not gonna do it.
Joe Biden supposedly is doing such a great job. What a leader, what a courageous leader, fighting for the American people. Well, that's not how people feel. And this woman, this resident, definitely doesn't agree with that sentiment. Telling Joe Biden to get back on his effing plane, to take his $700 and kick rocks. I mean, let's really put it into perspective. You know, Vivek Ramaswamy made this point during the debate the other night.
And I find it offensive that we have professional politicians on the stage that will make a pilgrimage to Kyiv, to their Pope, Zelensky, without doing the same thing for people in Maui or the south side of Chicago or Kensington. I think that we have to put the interests of Americans first. Secure our own border instead of somebody else's.
Billions upon billions upon billions of dollars being sent to Ukraine. Not just 1 or 2 billion, but mega billions being sent to Ukraine to fight for globalist interests, causing what? More chaos and destruction, hundreds of thousands of lives lost. Meanwhile, what's Biden's response to Maui residents who've lost everything? You know, actual American citizens on American soil, a one-time $700 check. Biden's one-time $700 checks to Hawaii fire victims slammed as a slap in the face. President earns even more criticism for being out of touch following his Maui stop riddled by uncomfortable moments. Yeah, you know, no Sherlock. It's the typical Democrat response. Throw an insignificant amount of money at the problem, hoping that it's gonna go away. Hoping people are shallow enough to accept $700 as an appropriate response and then shower you with adoration. Now, you know what people wanted? People wanted you to be present, to acknowledge the suffering, and to show not only that you care, but that you're there, that you're gonna do something, that you're gonna mobilize action. What did Joe Biden do? Ignored the problem for 13 days, then showed up for what seemed, I don't know, like a couple hours, talking about himself the entire time, talking about his '67 Corvette and his house that burnt down, which never actually did burn down, but he continues to tell that lie anyways, and then hopping back on the jet, leaving, never to acknowledge the crisis again. Here's $700 and let me try to make a campaign event out of this. I'm Joe, here's all my personal tragedy that I've gone through. I can relate. Well, what's your plan? Oh, we don't have a plan, Chief. Any answers on people missing? On all the children that are supposedly missing? No, we don't have any answers on that, but my 67 Corvette almost caught fire. I mean, what a piece of work. Meanwhile, people are still struggling. People are still, frankly, not even struggling, let's call it suffering. And what's Joe doing? He's on vacation again, stumbling around, mumbling and fumbling. Typical Joe, with his sunglasses, grabbing a smoothie.
Mr. President, do you have a reaction to the plane crash in Russia? Yes, there's going to be a little...
Again, for those that you may recall, when I was asked about this by you, I said I'd be careful what I turn to what I wrote in. I don't know for a fact what happened, but I'm not surprised.
Do you believe?
There's not much that happens when Russia is not behind, but I don't know enough to know the answer. I've been working out for the last hour and a half.
You know, slap in the face is the perfect way to describe it. The $700 payment is a slap in the face. The visit 13 days after the fact, a slap in the face. The entire visit itself, a slap in the face, and the constant images flooding the internet of Joe Biden on a beach somewhere, or Joe Biden enjoying ice cream somewhere, or doing a spinning class with his wife Jill somewhere. The whole thing is a massive slap in the face. The sentiment on the island seems to be clear and it seems to be universal. Here's a Hawaiian small business putting a public message out there. Sorry you almost lost your 67 Corvette in a fire, Mr. President. Maui strong. People are waking up to this clear scam that Joe Biden is an empty vessel. You can't expect anything from him because he almost doesn't exist. He doesn't exist in the present moment. He doesn't know what's going on. And that's why we're seeing this constant failure or these non-responses. That's why the White House can't capitalize on any of these opportunities, because the president nearly doesn't exist. And every single time it's freaking Groundhog Day, a repeating cycle. Joe Biden shits the bed, figuratively and probably literally as well. And then every single time, like clockwork, without fail, the media comes in leaping to his defense. Joe Biden recently, what you can only describe as falling asleep during an event with survivors and victims.
Never been before. We are a community that relies on family, on ohana, whether by blood or by friendship.
Come on, it's the only conclusion that anyone can legitimately come to. The guy fell asleep, but no, of course, like usual, don't believe your lying eyes. Believe the media cover-up narrative that follows. Conservative pundits falsely claim that Biden slept during Maui fire memorial, using low-quality video that distorts how Biden appears. Pundits made the false claim go viral on social media. Their fact check is that Joe Biden was just looking downward. He was bowing his head solemnly because he was so in the moment. Give me a break. The guy looked like a heroin addict that was nodding out. Let's be freaking real. Sleepy Joe's got a 2 p.m. nap time and he could barely keep awake. Maybe he didn't actually fall asleep, sure, but he certainly looked sleepy. And now the White House is trying to justify his pathetic no-comment response to the Maui fires around a week and a half ago, I believe, maybe 2 weeks ago. They're claiming Joe Biden actually didn't hear the question.
President, any comments on the rising death toll in Maui?
Will you come talk about the Hawaii response, Mr. President?
Give me a break. He heard it. He responded, no comment. If he didn't hear the question, he probably would have said something like, I can't hear what you're saying. Or, what? What'd you say? Can you repeat that? We keep seeing these wake-up moments with individual residents. Of course, it's anecdotal. My only hope is that more people continue to wake up. This guy is the worst president in American history. And all you need is eyeballs and ears and just a little bit of brain function to come to that conclusion. Anyways, that's what I got for you. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. You know that we'd love to have you here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.